Welcome Knightline Live with your hosts Jerry Middleton and Rick Fletcher. Knightline Live is filmed in front of a studio audience. Welcome to Knightline Live, a special edition for the boys basketball tournament draw. We are at a special location. That's why we have sunglasses on, because we were in fear the paparazzi would be outside wanting pictures.
I'm a soul man.
Yeah, there we go. Something like that. I'm Jerry Middleton. Along with me, as usual, is Rick Fletcher. Rick, it's a beautiful day at this undisclosed location somewhere in a bunker deep, deep, deep below the city of Richmond.
Yes, Jason and Jamie Terrell's house is a great place to be, and we appreciate them for allowing us to come. Jerry, I'm going to tell everybody why we have sunglasses on. I'm not suspicious by any stretch of the imagination, but I'll tell you what, we've done 3 of these shows, 2 girls and 1 boys, right?
Yep.
And so far we have 0 sectional titles. And I figured we needed to change it up because I'm not going through that again, all that heartache.
Well, you know what? I think this year might be a different take on that.
Well, I think we've talked all year about this team here is different from a lot of these other teams that we've had in the past that have won sectional titles.
Well, and I agree. It was like today I was watching the Purdue game.
Yeah.
And the Purdue game says, I think we've had better players in the past, but we haven't had a better team.
Well, I think that's exactly what we're we're dealing with here. You've got no superstars. You've got probably 5 guys at least, if not more, who can score in double digits. In some games, you get 4 or 5 guys hitting 10 or above points. So you got a lot of guys that can, get it done. But this is a team. I mean, I think that's the best description we can have is, this team right here, whatever they're going to do in the sectional tournament or any tournament going down the road, whether they make it to regionals or even further, hopefully, they're going to do it as a team. It's not going to be one individual that's going to bring them to the promised land. So.
Well, and we've talked about this a bunch on the broadcast, is the fact that we're looking at the Knights are normally 7, 8, 9 people scoring.
Yeah,
and when you get 7, 8, 9 people scoring, defensively it makes it difficult to prepare for a team.
Yeah, and we've seen that quite a bit here.
Yes.
Ross is going to run 9 guys out there every single game, no matter what's going, depending on the situation, okay?
Yep.
So Brent Ross, they use 9 guys, and you hope a lot of these teams we play might go 7 deep max, and you hope that's going to take its toll as time goes on. So
and we have seen in games this year, we've had just like the other night against Winchester.
Yeah,
I mean it's a nip and tuck game at the half.
Yeah,
and then you see that in the end of a quarter, there comes that 10, 15 point run.
A little bit of run. Well, it happened at the end of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to talk about that here in a minute. We've got some video to go along with that. So, during the Winchester game, Jerry, it was a 2, 3 point, 4 point game the whole way. Then all of a sudden, at the end of the fourth quarter, it expands to a 10 point lead.
It blew up. It just went boom.
So,
you were sitting there panicking, and I'm like, no, we got to let the last minute, because every last minute and a half of each quarter, it was like a 10-point run.
Yeah,
and that's what happened there in the fourth.
Well, they've played a lot of grinders this year, but they've come out on top in those games. So hopefully that'll help them as they go toward the tournament. All right, speaking of Friday night, a lot of things going on Friday night. We had Brent Ross he got a presentation of a game ball for the most victories. We celebrated the first graduating class of Northeastern, and we have some technical – oh, we do not. I'm looking at our executive team over here trying to make sure we're on. But the other thing, Jerry, is we retired Tyler Smith's jersey, probably one of the most prolific players that we've seen, at least in my lifetime.
I agree with that. That's a fair statement.
Yeah. So we had a chance to talk with Tyler. He's now a coach and a teacher. Who'd have thought that back when he was a freshman trolling the sideline?
Didn't see that one coming.
But good for him. So let's go to that right now. All right, we're back here at Northeastern High School. We just honored Tyler Smith retired his jersey. So here I am, the guest of honor. Tyler, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. All right. So I know you get here once in a while, but not often. I got to tell you, what are you up to right now? Tell us what you're doing.
Right now I'm coaching at Holy Cross College. I'm an assistant coach at Holy Cross College, and I'm teaching 5th grade at Madison STEAM Academy in South Bend.
All right. So is that something you want to do? I mean, you want to be a coach?
Yeah. I definitely want to go into coaching, man. I'm soaking it all in right now. I'm having a ton of fun with the guys. I'm learning a lot, taking it one step at a time every day.
All right, so you're a teacher.
Yes.
Little guys, 5th graders.
Yeah.
So tell me about that.
Oh, man, 30 kids. It's amazing just watching the kids evolve. They're bought into learning, and I'm bought into teaching them everything that I can. You know, they've been super receptive to the things that I've had to teach them. We've gotten to grow our test scores to be the second highest in all of the schools. So I couldn't be more excited and happy for these kids so far.
All right, so you are part of some great teams here at Northeastern. I got to ask you this one simple question. Sectionals are coming. Do you have any eligibility left?
Oh, man, I wish I did. I would use it.
Well, we're hoping this year, okay?
Yeah.
We're hoping. Really, it was your class and you guys, since you were freshmen, that really started a run for Northeastern that put this team on the map. Reminisce, go back to those teams and tell us about the thoughts and feelings you had with all those guys.
Man, it's amazing just to go back and think about the things that we were able to accomplish. I still talk to all the guys, whether it be once a day or once a week, once a month, once a year. The stuff that we started and the tradition that we built here is just amazing when I look back and think about things.
Yeah, so back in your day, you were the player.
Yep.
Coach Ross. Have you taken anything from Ross as you go into your coaching career?
Yeah, man. I even take things that he's taught me into my life. You know, he's always said adversity builds character, and I truly believe it. I've been through a ton of adversity just going through college and everything else, getting to the point I'm at now. So everything he taught me here, I take to my life now. So couldn't be more grateful for it.
Do you try to come back once in a while to pick up a night's game? I know you're busy with coaching and stuff. I mean,
here and there. I mean, this is probably I think this is the second game of the season I've gotten to see. So, but I do follow closely on Twitter. I talk to Brent weekly, so I'm still tapped in. So no worries.
You can always watch our broadcast right here on ihsaatv.org. So I just put that plug in right there.
I got you.
Hey, congratulations. I got to say, as a fan, because that's all I am, you were a lot of fun to watch. Not just you, but you had a lot of good players around you. You played with both your brothers.
Yep.
And you guys really put the Knights on the map as far as, statewide recognitions. Tyler, congratulations on tonight.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you coming up here.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right, folks. He needs no introduction. That's Tyler Smith, former Knight great, now retired number.
And welcome back to Knightline Live. Great interview with Mr. Tyler. And I have to wonder, Rick. He goes into education.
Yeah.
So he was probably influenced a lot by Steve Luby.
I'm guessing Steve Luby wasn't around then, but even though he wasn't around, Steve Luby was Tyler Smith's favorite teacher. So, well, it's good to see him. He was a kid, and he was a great player, and they had some good teams back then. They had some state championship caliber teams. Didn't quite make it there. They were close a couple times.
Buzzsaws.
Yeah, really.
Eastern Hancock once in there. They're always good.
Well, it was Heritage Christian one year, and Howe one year.
Yeah.
But I tell you, they had some good teams, but I think it was those teams back then that they set the tone for what we see now. So
and I guess we're not going to have a show tomorrow night,
right?
Because we're doing this today, and really at this point in time, the only real thing we have to talk about is boys basketball.
That's
the tournament. So we're going to cover all that tonight, or today, I should say. But like right now, let's recap a little bit of that Winchester game, because it was a wild and woolly one and a big crowd.
And it's another grinder,
yes.
Jerry. How many times do we have to say that? So look, we can always tell if the game's going to be a grinder or not by the first quarter.
That first quarter is the way it's set in stone.
Yep. So, and again, the night started slowly. the Falcons got off to an 11-2 lead real quickly. Knights came back. They were leading after the first quarter, but from then on it was back and forth until all right, the three-point shooter himself, Mr. Caleb Harmon, stepped to the plate. Okay, and he knocked down a crucial three, and I think we've got that on video right now. So let's go ahead and see that.
All right, let's recap that one.
Blake, go ahead.
And it better be wide open, or Coach will have an absolute fit. There's Terrell, kicks it out. Oh, Harmon from three. Boom, baby!
Huge three by Caleb Harmon with ice in his veins. Hits the three from the corner. Knights up 6.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I did not see that coming. Well, and Rick, that might be one of the biggest boom babies of the year right there.
Well, I'll tell you the funny thing is, and we're going to run the Subway Player of the Game interview with Caleb after this. Really, what the funny part is, you had Brian Maurer on with you after the game, and they were all, he was explaining what the coaches were doing. No, yes, all right? And, you know, what if you make it, it's a good shot. If you don't make it, you better get to the other end of the court and play defense. And when we had Caleb on, we're going to go to that here in a second. Caleb referenced the same thing. He said he could hear Brent Ross in the background going, no, just as they was putting the shot up.
You know what I would have said?
Yeah.
If I would have missed a shot, I thought you were saying go.
Yeah. All right, so let's go. Caleb was the Subway Player of the Game, so let's go take a look at that right now. All right, we're back here at Northeastern High School with the Subway Player of the Game. Subway sandwich shops, 3 locations in Richmond and 1 in Hagerstown. There is a Subway sandwich shop nearest you. Subway, eat fresh. And the man to my right is Caleb Harmon. He's been here before. He is the Subway Player of the Game. Caleb, I got one question. Is there ice running through those veins of yours?
There's been all season, I think.
Oh, my goodness. You hit that three. It was a tight ball game at that point in time, probably a 3-point ball game last minute. All of a sudden, you're open. Bang, you knocked down the three. What were you thinking at that point?
Well, I was open in the corner, and I heard Brent go not shoot it. So I was like, I heard it as I was in the air, and I was like, oh, this better go in, and it went in. So I wasn't thinking a whole bunch. I was just shooting.
Yeah. I mean, this was a grinder of a game, the whole game. You guys would go up by 6 or 7. They would come back. You know, tell us about now you guys are champions, undefeated in the conference. What's that feel like?
Feels good. Going into sectional, that feels very good.
Yeah, it sure does. All right, we got one more game left here on Tuesday night against a good team, you know, a top 10 team in 3A in Connersville. What are our thoughts going into that game?
You know, it's senior night, so it's special to all 5 seniors. Having 5 seniors, it makes that game that much better. You know, against kids from Connersville we played growing up since, 3rd, 4th grade.
Sure. Be nice to knock them off, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And then really go on a high note into sectionals.
That would be great.
All right, so sectional draws this week. What are our thoughts going into sectionals? It's at Shenandoah this year, not at our favorite place, but we'll travel there.
You know, sectionals is, no regular season records matter.
Yeah.
So sectionals, no matter who we draw, we got to play it like it's our last game. It could be if we don't win.
Absolutely. All right, well, good luck. Congratulations. You guys going to go down and celebrate, so we're going to let you do that.
Welcome back to Knightline Live, and that was a good interview.
Well,
it's amazing that how many times the stories are straight.
Yeah, I mean, really, that was a straight story.
Yes,
on that
it was.
One. It doesn't happen very often, so that was great. They were all in agreement. You know, you got the coaching staff and the player. They were all in agreement. All right, Jerry. Well, we probably ought to take a break and hear from our gold level sponsors. The draw is about to start. We're going to gear it up here, and we got to talk to all the players. There's 12 of them here. We're going to interview them just like we did with the girls, and we're going to do the same thing here.
So we'll be back in a few minutes after these messages on the Knights Broadcasting Network. This is Knightline Live.
13,000 feet has a way of testing a man's soul. After all, you were never meant to take on such an endeavor. That long drop is what separates human from superhuman. That fear is the only enemy, the only thing keeping you from feeling that power in your bones. And here we are, right here, right now. Let's fly.
You're good at motivation, we're good at your insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
KOA exit 151A, registration in the general store. It's a family-owned campground with pull-through parking for RVs or travel trailers with full hookups. Rent a cabin, relax at one of the fire pits, or picnic by the pond. A playground for the kids, or get in around the golf before dinner. Take a water-soaking hayride, lay out by the pool, and then take a dip. At Kate's Family Eye Care, we value a family-friendly atmosphere, offering high-quality eye exams. Our expert staff utilizes the latest techniques in eye care. We have a large selection of affordable glasses that are unique to our area. We are proud supporters of the Northeastern Knights and wish all the teams the best of luck.
Go Knights!
Welcome back to Knightline Live, and joining us now is two of the freshmen on the team. We've got Logan.
One freshman and one sophomore.
One freshman, who's a sophomore? No, I didn't think the Scaretti was a sophomore. I thought he was still the junior member of the law firm of Scaretti and Scaretti. Anyway, we have Mr. Scaretti with us and Mr. Seal, and welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you for having me.
Well, so this would be your first time going through being on the court during a sectional. What's your thoughts and feelings about that?
You know, a little nervous. You know, it's my first one, but I think I'll get the nervous jitters out of me. I think we'll be able to move on to our regional.
So, does it matter who you play or when you play? Would you rather play Tuesday night or get the bye and play Friday? Does it really matter?
To be honest, nah, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't really care who we play. I got us over everybody.
So at the beginning of the season, you were basically playing JV. And then by 3/4 of the way through the season, you pretty much solidified yourself into the rotation on the varsity. Now, how did that feel coming around? I mean, was that a surprise to you, or did you sort of feel it coming?
It was a little surprise. I was just talking about the other day in the Seton game. I played 4 quarters JV, so I only got one on varsity, and I got in the game, and, you know, I did my part. And I think doing my part in the games, like taking charges, really gave me my time.
Well, it's always good when you're drawing an offensive foul because that takes the ball away from your opponent. It adds a foul to your opponent, and it also adds a foul to their team fouls. So offensive foul is a huge play, and to be able to draw those is a wonderful deal. You had one the other night, I believe, in the Winchester game. You drew one. Guy sort of put an elbow into you and knocked you about 10 feet. I don't know if that was a little acting there or you just actually got flung that far. But anyway, that's a great deal. So has the team grown from that Seton game to now?
Yeah, I think our team's grown a lot. You know, early in the season we lost to Eastern Hancock, and hopefully we get them on our state run, but I think we could beat any team we lost to again.
Well, and I agree. I mean, you had at one point loss to Newcastle, which that just about was a full court shot to win the thing.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then Eastern Hancock was Eastern Hancock that night. I tell you what, they couldn't miss a three.
No, they couldn't. They were hitting everything.
And I've had them 2 times since that game, and they couldn't buy a 3 in 2 games.
Yeah, I heard about the final score of the Newcastle game.
Oh yeah, that was a 35-34, and
Yeah.
there was 12 threes in the game, but there wasn't anything else going on. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So, well, hey, congratulations for getting moved up and
Thank
moving on to greener pastures, so to speak. And good luck at the sectional. We'll be there and cheering you guys on. So, well,
Thank
let's
you.
hand over to Mr. Seal.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Seal. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, so sort of the same deal. You played a lot of JV this year, and then in the last few games, you saw a little bit of varsity time, dress in varsity. Was that a surprise to you, or were you sort of expecting that, or was what your hope was going to be?
It was definitely my hope. I just had to keep working from the start of the season to get it, and I finally got it, and I'm happy about it.
Well, that's good, because it's always good to bring in most people probably don't know you're a left-hander, and sometimes that left-handed three-point shooter is deadly because they're guarding him to the right and to the left side, not to the left side of his shooting, to the right side. And so that gives you a little freer shot sometimes that they can't block. So that's a big deal. So, talking about the growth of the team, the JV team this year, speaking of them, they had a great season.
Yeah, we're having a great season on the JV so far. We learned how to play well together from the very beginning. It just was easy to play together with everybody.
And the JV team has not lost a conference game in 2 years also.
Yeah, that was cool. We beat every team that we lost to last year in 8th grade this year. So
Well,
that's always fun.
Well, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Because then now it sets the tone for the future. Now, what about the growth of the team, and maybe even the growth of you personally this season from the time that you started at that, we started in November in practice to now?
It helped me grow playing against all the older guys in practice, learning how to play hard, because I used to not play as hard as I do now, but practice against Keaton and Landon every day really helped me step up that way in my game.
Now, do they take it easy on you?
They don't, not at all.
Do they knock it down? And
Keaton does, Landon doesn't all the time.
Oh, that's what makes good teams right there. You've got to learn, sometimes teams that take it easy on people, or other times they'll be really hard on them. But it's great that they're doing that to you. And, and one thing I've noticed about the team this year, it seems to be a lot of camaraderie and family atmosphere to it, that everybody's cheering for everybody. Like on the bench the other night, I forget who was in there, shot a three and hit it, and the bench went nuts.
Yeah.
It was one of the number 8, number 9 guys coming in, so that's a big deal. Well, you guys, thanks for joining us here on the on Knightline Live today on the special edition, and also, Mr. Seal, is there any team that you would like to play first?
I don't really think. I think we can play anybody.
Want to play anybody? I like it. Take it and win it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, good luck. We'll be back after a couple messages on Knightline Live.
Dreaming of having more space? With a mortgage from First Financial, you're golden. We keep things simple with friendly, personalized service from application to closing. We'll help you find the right mortgage loan to fit your unique needs. Plus, you can qualify for relationship pricing with an eligible checking account. And since we live in the communities we serve, you can count on our local knowledge to make sure the pieces fall into place for an on-time closing. So stop dreaming and start moving with First Financial Bank.
First! Do you need assistance and you don't know where to turn? We can help. From fixing meals, medicine reminders, personal hygiene, rides to appointments, someone to talk to, and much more. Guardian at Home Servicing, all of Wayne County. All you really want is for your loved ones to enjoy life. Harmon sheds are custom built to your specifications and needs. But wait, there's more! Harmon sheds build privacy fences, decks for your pool, beautifully designed decks for all around your home, and detached pavilions. Let Joe and the crew do all the work, so all you need to do is relax.
All right, welcome back to Knightline Live. We are here buried deep in the bunker at the house of Jason and Jamie Terrell. We appreciate them. Also, I want to give a shout-out to our runner. We have a runner, that's Sammy Kircher. She helped us out on the girls' sectional drop party, and she had so much fun she had to come back. So we appreciate her and all of her help. All right, we got a couple of guys who played JV. We got Trey Van Landingham. How you doing?
Good, good.
All right, Trey. So first of all, the thing I want to ask you is it hard because everybody knows Colden's your brother, right? All right. He was a sharpshooter when he was here. What does that do when you follow a guy like Colden who had, a lot of success here at Northeastern, and how does that affect you?
It's kind of hard because everybody kind of expects you to be really good.
Yeah, be like him, right? Yeah, but you're your own guy though, right? So I noticed this year you came back and it seemed like you reformed your body and rededicated yourself. Was there something in the off season that you did to make yourself better? Because you really played well this year.
Not really. I just really played a lot of basketball.
Yeah. All right, so you're a sophomore. And you were kind of the anchor of you and Seal were kind of the guard tandem on that JV team, which, by the way, 19-3, 18-3, or something like that. Really good record. Next year, you're probably going to be counted on. You'll be dressing. You've been dressing varsity, which means at any point in time you can go in. Do you find you have to find yourself being ready because Brent Ross might look at you and say, "Trey, get in the ball game."
Yeah, you gotta know all the plays because he can call any play at any time.
Yeah. And so are you ready to roll? I mean, you're on the bench, right, in the varsity games. So you say if he calls on you with 3 minutes left in the first quarter, you ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So this will be your first sectional experience. So what are your thoughts going in?
I just hope it's really fun.
Yeah. Winning would be fun, right?
Yeah.
All right. Trey, appreciate it. And we're going to talk to Elijah right now. Right. So why don't you hand him. All right, we're here with Elijah Todd. He was a staple on the JV team. One thing, now we do a lot, Jerry and I, when we're broadcasting the games, Elijah, we do a lot of observation with JV and varsity. But you've got a lot of energy when you get out there. Is that what do you try to bring to the floor when you get out there?
Yeah, when I get out there, I'm just trying to bring up the team. It's a lot easier to play some basketball when you have energy on the team. So it helps me, and I feel like it helps everyone else.
All right. So what do you feel that you have to do? Next year you'll be a junior. All right. A pretty pivotal year when any athlete goes into their junior year. What do you feel like you have to do for next year? Because they're going to be looking at you as one of those guys moving up. I can tell you that. I'm not a coach. I don't have any inside information. So what do you feel you got to work on in your game, or things you got to do to make that next step to be a contributor on the varsity squad?
I feel like offensively I struggle, so I think working on offenses and just true fundamentals with dribbling and everything like that, I think that would all really help. And, playing hard defense and still bringing the energy that I brought from the JV game to the varsity.
Yeah, this team really has come together, varsity and JV. When you guys are in practice, do the varsity guys, do they treat you like one of the guys, or how does that work? You can give us all the secrets you want. We don't care.
Yeah, I mean, we're just one of them. We're trying to help them get better and, try to uplift their career because most of the varsity kids are seniors, you're trying to get them throughout their last season, and then they help us, uplift us, just hand off the torch so we can go up and play some varsity.
All right. So appreciate you guys coming on. This was Trey Van Landingham and Elijah Todd. I got to tell everybody, this is the first time they've ever done this. We haven't really talked to them, or they haven't been on video. So you guys did absolutely great, I want to tell you. And I appreciate you guys being here. All right, we're watching the show right now. I've got it right here, and we're actually seeing the draw has started. We're in 1A. We're going to have it here when we go to our sectional. That's probably going to be about 5:45, we're guessing, somewhere in there. All right, we're going to have a couple more players come on. We'll be back. You're watching Knightline Live. We're at the boys' sectional drop party.
This is Rick Fletcher. When my car needs repair, I take it to 715 Simharjan Parkway in Richmond, home of Knuckle Busters. With their ASE certified technicians, why would you go anyplace else? They repair domestic and imports, air conditioners to Z-bars. Knuckle Busters Auto Repair. Call 765-488-1470 and tell them to go Knights!
Coming together every day to make a difference for you, for me, and everyone in between. Because at Dot Foods, when we celebrate each other's differences and work together to make the community a better place, we become great together. At Dot Foods, what matters to you matters to us, where communities matter. Dot Foods.
With local BTV, it's easier than ever to view all that WCTV offers.
I can now stream local government meetings direct to my TV.
Now I can watch local programming right from my phone.
I can easily view recorded and live events on my computer.
With a few clicks on any device, you're ready to view WGTV Channel 11, WETV Channel 20, and WCTV Channel 21. With local BTV, you're able to stay entertained and informed.
Welcome back to a special edition of Knightline Live. We're here at the House of Terrell for the draw show. And with me right now is Mr. Sam White and Day Lundy. So, gentlemen, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Well, Sam, so last year, most people saw that horrible injury that in looking at it, it didn't look as severe as what it was, and it turned out to be a pretty severe injury. And so you had a long off season of rehab. How did that go?
Weren't really good. It was tough at times. But you just got to push through it and know what your goals are at the end, and that keeps you motivated to get through it.
Well, I think we talked about at the beginning of the season that you felt like you're about 70% at the start of the year, and I would have to say now you probably feel 100% because you've really been playing well this second half of the season, really doing a great job in there, coming in, getting minutes, relieving, either Terrell or Luby or Harmon, coming in there and getting in that 3 or 4 minutes at a time and really helping them. Now, was that a role that you thought that you'd be playing at the beginning of the season?
I wasn't really sure what my role would be coming into the season. Coming off my injury, I know we have 5 seniors, so I was just willing to do what I was willing to be where Coach put me and do what I can.
So you played a lot of JV this year and had what I consider a lot of success on the JV team and really played well. So getting those reps down there, has that helped you a bunch when you got back to the varsity? Did that help you getting all those reps down there?
Yeah, I would definitely say that helped me gain some confidence back, and yeah, it was just good reps, yeah.
Well, now this would be your first sectional that you've probably will get to play in. So what's your thoughts going into this sectional? Any nervousness or just ready for it to happen?
I'm excited. Just wanting to do what I can. Gonna try my hardest.
Well, I tell you, I personally want to say that I'm very proud of you, how hard you worked in the offseason to get yourself back, because a lot of people could have just folded up and shut down the machine and said, no, I'm not doing that. And I'm very proud that you took the initiative and your hard work to do that, because that was to me, that was a tough thing, and congratulations on doing that.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, let's head over to Mr. Lundy. Mr. Lundy, how are you?
Good.
All right. Hey, so the one thing we noticed, or Rick and myself noticed about you, you got in the ball game, And you're sort of like Mr. Excitement there for a little bit, that you'll drive that baseline, going against the other team's bigs, and plow in there and put that shot up and contortion your body to like 178 different positions to get around the defender and get that shot in. Now, is that something that you've always done, or is that something that's sort of just grown into it this year?
No, I just really use that as an advantage, knowing that the baseline was always open, so I would just take it, and I just like abuse it now.
Well, and I think, from our standpoint, that you're probably our best baseline driver on that you really drive in there and get that shot off and make those baskets. And again, this will be your first sectional, at least with Northeastern. And what's your thoughts about going into that?
I'm just really excited just to see our team working. I'm just ready to put in the work.
So let's talk about growth. What's the growth from that Seton game to now in the team? Has there been a lot of growth in the team and you personally?
There's actually been a lot. I feel like that since that Seton game, my defense has got a lot better. I feel like the team chemistry has gotten way better. We trust each other more. Yeah.
The funny thing about it is last year we graduated quite a few kids. And everybody always says that Northeastern, it's going to be a rebuilding year. And here it is, another 15-plus win season. So the coaching staff, what does the coaching staff do to instill that winning thought process into the team?
I just feel like that they just help every kid,
I know that's a tough question.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's a tough question because, there's that staff has been together for quite a few years.
Yeah.
And, and every year they say Northeastern's a rebuild, and here they are, back atop the leaderboard in the Tri-Eastern Conference. Another 15-win-plus season, and it's just there. And I don't want to use the word favorite in the sectional, but we're definitely a contender for it. I mean, anybody can win it, but I think we're a contender. Well, Mr. Lundy, thank you for joining us. And
thank you for having me.
We're going to take a quick break here and be back with two more players on Knightline Live.
You've had a hard day at work, and all you want to do is sit in your lounge chair in the nice cool air? Then it hits! The AC's not working. The living room feels like the Sahara Desert. Call Reynolds Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. In just a short time, it'll be nice and cool. And then all you'll need is a sign that says, "No penguins allowed." Call 765-966-0994. Reynolds Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Proud sponsors of the Knights.
Hey there, my name is Gibson, and I would love to invite you to LifeSpring Students. That's our youth group at LifeSpring Church, which is just south of Northeastern on 27, and we meet from 7 to 8:30 on most Thursdays, but the doors open at 6:30. It's a great way to get to know more about God, meet some friends, as well as get to know about yourself some more as well. Plus, it's a lot of fun. We usually have some basketball and dodgeball, along with some other activities. And if you want to know more, check out lifespring.tv/students.
Did someone say boom, baby? Call Scaretti Pyrotechnics at 765-977-2757. Scaretti Pyrotechnics has performances for birthdays, weddings, school athletic events, other occasions, and of course, the 4th of July. Scaretti Pyrotechnics are proud supporters of Knights Athletics. Boom, baby!
All right, welcome back. We're here at Knightline Live. We're at the boys sectional basketball draw party. We're probably about 20 minutes away for the draw for our team. Just a couple of local teams, Jerry. We have some people of interest here at the tri-sectional. Game 1 is Tri versus Blue River. Probably a couple teams that either one of those could win that sectional. And also the Lincoln Eagles will play the Randolph Southern Rebels in the first game of that tournament there. So we'll try to keep you updated. I got it running right here. I'll see if I can do two things at once. Right now we've got Michael Henry and Nolan Drake, a couple juniors here. Michael Henry, how you doing? Are you shooting the basketball from this seat right here for a 3? That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so that's what you do, all right?
Yeah.
You're a shooter, and shooters like to shoot. Is that what you see your role as, or what are your thoughts?
I mean, I got to play defense. Defense comes first, of course, and then, I can shoot the ball well and do my role in the team.
Yeah, so you're definitely in the regular rotation. You play a lot. What was the one thing that you had to improve on? You mentioned defense. So from sophomore to junior year, what was the thing that you had to actually do to, be that contributor?
Oh, absolutely defense. I had to improve my defensive game, help side, everything. I just had to get better overall.
All right, so when you get into the game and you're out there and you're in your rotation and you're in your offense, is it your first thought, I got to get a 3, or I want to shoot a 3, or you're looking for that shot? What goes through your mind, or is it just if it comes up, you're going to shoot?
Oh, if it comes up, I'm going to shoot it. I look to run the offense all the time, and if the 3's there, I'm going to take it.
All right, so you're going to have a big role in sectionals, all right, because you're definitely going to be in that regular first guy off the bench, usually, one of the first guys off the bench. What are your thoughts as we head into the sectional and the role that you're going to have in getting this team into that sectional victory lane?
Can't take anybody lightly. Got to show up to play, start off quick, and I got to show up to play and help my team.
All right. Are you nervous?
No, you can't be.
No. We still got another regular season game. Yeah. We're going to play Connersville. They're number 7 AP poll in 3A. What do we think about playing those guys?
Oh, they're going to be tough. It's at home. It's senior night, so we got to get a win for our seniors.
All right. So why don't you hand the headset over to Nolan? All right, Nolan, how you doing? Put that mic right near your mouth here so we can get to hear you. There's millions of people watching right now, Nolan, and they all want to hear what you have to say. Oh, yeah. So we got to be able to hear that. All right, so you're a JV player who dressed up and dressed on the varsity squad. So tell me what being that guy right there. Number one, when you're in the game, energy is not a problem. Is that do you wake up like that, or how does that go?
The crowd brings it mainly, and so does
the
varsity players.
Yeah. Well, your whole family comes. I mean, you got a whole row.
I got a squad.
You got a whole squad just dedicated to you. And when your sisters were there, the same exact thing.
Oh yeah.
So what do you see your role on this team? Going forward. As we head into sectionals.
Mainly for practice, just helping the varsity improve, get them to fix those little mistakes that'll cost the game, I guess.
All right, so I want to ask you, Brent Ross, he might look down at the bench and say, Drake, go in, and we might be in the first quarter. Are you ready to roll?
Yeah.
Would you be nervous?
Not necessarily, I guess.
It's just a basketball game, right?
In the end, yeah.
Yeah. So you've had some success with the cross-country team, all right? You guys were sectionals and regionals, went on to semi-state. Can you take any of that experience with that team onto the basketball team?
Yeah, just knowing when to step up when you have to, and just carrying that
And
on.
you just want to win, right?
Yeah.
You want to be
holding that.
You want to hold that trophy at the end of the night on Saturday night. You want to bring that baby home. And we want to be celebrating with the sirens and everything.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, Michael Henry and Nolan Drake, we appreciate you guys coming.
Thanks for having us.
We're going to be back here in a minute. Let's see if I can update. We're still in 1A, so we've probably got another, I'm guessing, 15 minutes before we get to our draw. So we're going to be back, and we'll talk to a couple more players. This is the boys sectional draw party here on Knightline, and we're live.
Somebody called timeout because I am hungry.
I'm starved, Jerry. Hey, with 3 different Richmond locations and 1 in Hagerstown, there's a Subway sandwich shop near you.
And you can always order off the app for curbside pickup. The drive-thru's always open, and the way that I prefer it, I just like to walk in.
Here's your sub.
Listen, Subway, eat fresh.
Go Knights!
Smith, McQuiston, and Webster Funeral Home has proudly served the Fountain City area since 1886. From the time you walk up the steps, Funeral Director Keith Webster's goal is to carry forward the legacy of personal service established by the Smith and McQuiston families. Using modern technology and good old-fashioned attention to detail, we will strive to earn your confidence in us by treating families the way we think we would want to be treated. Smith, McQuiston, Webster Funeral Home.
It's a whole new way to watch the WCTV family of stations. Live, local broadcast television anytime, on any device, including your phone, computer, or television. Whether you're on the couch or on the go, simply launch the local BTV app and you'll instantly be able to watch all 3 of our channels, WCTV, WETV, and WGTV. Go to localbtv.com or download the free Local BTV app for your iPhone, Android, Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV. Watch what's happening in our community on Whitewater Community Television.
Welcome back to Knightline Live, a special edition. It's the boys basketball tournament draw show being held here at the Terrell household in a bunker deep below the ground. And it's in an undisclosed location, obviously, for the fear of paparazzi. And, with our 2 guests we have right now, they understand that, autograph seekers and so forth, And with us right now is as I affectionately call him, the senior member of the law firm of Scaretti and Scaretti. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Well, so this has been a crazy year.
Yes, it has. It's been fun.
And, we talked a little bit earlier that, everybody says, they graduate everybody, and it's going to be a rebuilding year. And there wasn't any rebuilding going on.
Nah.
We just left off where the other team left off. And so what's your thoughts about where the team is now?
I thought we started the year out pretty good, and then we went through a little rough spot here and there, but we're starting to put it all together when we need to.
Well, and let's face it, you guys have not had a cupcake schedule.
No.
I mean, you have played Newcastle was in there. Eastern Hancock is in there. I mean, LaPelle's in there. I mean, these are all good ball clubs that you guys either beat or it was close. I mean, our tournament was a 1-point loss, and which was a play at the end to Mikesell that was executed perfectly.
Yep.
On that, I think Mr. Harmon was involved in that play, and it was to perfection. Only thing that happened was the shot didn't go in. Yeah. 9 out of 10 times it probably will. Yeah. But anyway, so this year your role has really stepped up a bunch to what it was the previous year. Now, what's the difference between last year and this year in your roles?
Last year I would just really go in and get like a defensive stop for us and hit maybe a shot here and there. But now I really take on their best player every night, so I can then go and score a little bit too. So.
Well, and you're probably what? Well, you run the 2 or the 3?
2 and 3, yeah.
2 and 3. So, coaches, how has the coaching staff helped you?
Well, Coach Rossi really emphasizes defense, and so does the rest of the coaching staff. So we kind of try to make it an effort to get down on the defensive end and play rough and hard.
Rough and hard. Now, I'll tell you what, when you guys played Tri-High, that was rough and hard. That game was physical. It looked like Purdue and Northwestern playing each other. It was physical.
Yeah, it's a tough game, but
I mean, do you like a physical game or more of a finesse game?
I mean, I don't really know.
Well, I know what the guy next to you is saying.
Oh yeah,
physical's good. Well, hey, Mr. Scaretti, thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to Caleb Harmon here and see what he has to say. So, Caleb, I know I asked Carson here the question about what does the coaches say to you, and I know what they do say: no, don't shoot, don't shoot. But we say that's all right. We'll shoot it anyway. We'll hit the shot and we'll win the ball game. So that was so let's run through that play down there, because and honestly, the guys on the floor, you were probably the least likeliest of the 5 to take that shot, and you got down the corner, and I was like. And you eyed it up, and I was like, oh, here it goes. Like, yeah, and it was really cool. I mean, I had a great time. So what's your thought process through all that?
Well, I mean, I wasn't really thinking a whole bunch. I was just kind of playing. You know, it was wide open. We were up by like 3 at the time, I think. Not as much. I probably shouldn't have shot it, right? Like, in the grand scheme of things, I shouldn't have shot it. If it would have missed, I probably would have not been starting. But – you know, it went in, so it looks good.
Well, you know, I always tell, you know, the pregame meetings, I always tell the players, I said, if you hit every shot, coaches look good, you look good, nobody says a word.
Yeah.
Now, it's when you miss one is when people get negative.
Oh, yeah. Well, he doesn't ever get on us about missing good shots, but when we take some bad shots and miss them, it's.
But that never happens, right?
No.
You guys never take bad shots.
No.
No. So, rebounding. This year, you have really taken on a role of being a rebounder. I mean, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, getting the junk, putting the trash back in for 2, getting the defensive rebound and kick out. What did you do to work on your game to become – I mean, you're like a Dennis Rodman type deal. You know, you're just you're in there and rebound. And I think you like that physical contact of getting your opponent, shedding him off with your body, getting that rebound and going.
Yeah, the past years I didn't play very physical. I'd see glimpses of playing physical, but nothing consistent. And I found this year if I just play more physical consistently throughout the game, I score more, I rebound more, I play better defense. It's just starting off in a physical mindset is.
See, now Nolan Drake has figured this out. You get 5 fouls in a game. I want to use 4 of them for sure.
Exactly. Exactly. You got them. You got to use them.
Got to use them. Well, I'll tell you, so this year sectional bound, this would be, you know, your first year as probably a starter in the sectional. What's your thoughts going into the sectional?
It's exciting. With 5 seniors that, you know, 5 seniors that start predominantly, it's exciting going into a sectional knowing you can very well make a run.
Well, and it's a wonderful thing to have that opportunity to play this time of year, and maybe to make that run and go as far as you can go. Exactly. So it's a wonderful thing. Well, Caleb, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. We'll be back in a few minutes with another set on Knightline Live.
13,000 feet has a way of testing a man's soul. After all, you were never meant to take on such an endeavor. That long drop is what separates human from superhuman. That fear is the only enemy, the only thing keeping you from feeling that power in your bones. And here we are, right here, right now. Let's fly.
You're good at motivation, we're good at your insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
KOA exit 151A, registration in the general store. It's a family-owned campground with pull-through parking for RVs or travel trailers with full hookups. Rent a cabin. Relax at one of the fire pits or picnic by the pond. A playground for the kids, or get in around the golf before dinner. Take a water-soaking hayride, lay out by the pool, and then take a dip. At Kate's Family Eye Care, we value a family-friendly atmosphere, offering high-quality eye exams. Our expert staff utilizes the latest techniques in eye care. We have a large selection of affordable glasses that are unique to our area. we are proud supporters of the Northeastern Knights and wish all the teams the best of luck.
Go Knights!
All right, we're back here at the sectional drop party for boys basketball. I'm here with Grant Luby and Carson Terrell, a couple of seniors. I got to tell everybody, I got one eye over here on my computer. I'm watching the draw. We're going to be coming up pretty soon. So as I'm talking to you guys, we might be knowing who we're playing. So we'll see how that works out. All right, let's talk to Grant here. Grant, you're a senior this year. You've been around, played a lot of basketball. Senior year, we haven't had the opportunity to be a sectional champion during your time here. What's it going to take to win that sectional championship?
I think it takes all of us, honestly. I mean, all of us play a role in everything we do. We sub a lot. I mean, it comes down to all of us working on the same cylinders.
Yeah, I got to say, and what Jerry and I have talked about this a lot, this is going to be a team effort. It's not going to be we retired Tyler Smith's number. You guys were young when he was around, but he was a superstar, that young man right there.
Yeah.
With you guys, there's no Raiden Faust, there's no Colton Van Landingham, those sharpshooters. It's going to be you guys as a team bringing it together. Now, you're a senior, okay? Do you feel an extra responsibility to make that happen?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's really all of us seniors just guiding the underclassmen and just helping them be in the right spots and knowing that we have the experience over them and they'll listen to us and just roll with whatever we got to say.
All right, so normally you start, okay? I mean, probably 99% of the time, but does it matter if you start? I mean, I know you want to start because Brent Ross is going to go at least 9 deep. So does it matter? It's just playing when you're in there.
I think it's just playing hard whenever you're in there, really. I mean, as you saw at Winchester, you subbed 4 dudes in the first couple minutes. I mean, it's just sub after sub. It's not like you play with the same people every second, so – yeah, I don't think it really matters whether you start or not. It's just how you play when you get in there.
All right. Spoken like a seasoned veteran that he is. That's Grant Luby. We're going to hand the headset over to Carson.
Hello.
All right. Hey, Carson, how you doing? We are talking to the future quarterback of the University of Indianapolis Greyhounds right here. This is Carson Terrell. So I just thought I would make that fact. And also, Keaton Mikesell's another senior. He's not here. They had tickets to the IU women's basketball game, and that's where those guys are. So, yeah, IU, they're number 2 rated. If we could be as good as them, we'd be all right, I guess, huh? Carson, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right, so one thing I want to bring you back to is when we had our senior Knightline, you guys all came on, and one of the things that stuck out with me for you was you wanted to win a championship, all right? So here we are heading into sectionals. What are your thoughts right now?
I mean, yeah, I'm excited. This is what you play for, and it's going to come down to everybody working together, and I think it'll be a great thing to achieve if we all just take it and work.
Yeah. Any night, on any given night with our team, you could have one or several players in double figures, okay? Yeah. 10, 15 points. Like the other night against Winchester, I think we had 4 or maybe 5 guys in double figures. Does it matter who scores, or you just want to get the job done?
I think getting the job done is way more important than looking at stats. So, yeah.
And that goes along with that team mentality. Yep. And that's what we've been talking about, Jerry, and I've been talking about all year. If you guys are going to go where you want to go, it's going to take everybody from 1 through 12, or whoever's dressing for that section. It's going to take the whole team. All right, your role is, you score some, but the boards, right? Is that what you see your role as?
Yeah, that's where I see my role as, yeah.
Yeah.
And mainly working the post, but also just defense, since that's what we're so heavy on.
Right.
Is you got to go 100% every single play that you're in.
All right. So are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, really, we got a shot. All right. I don't like to cry over spilt milk, but we don't want to happen to you guys what happened to our Lady Knights, all right, which they have a very good team also. So what's it going to take to avoid that pitfall there?
I think we just have to keep working and know that if we do make a mistake, we need to work back and just forget about it and get the next play. And I think that's something, if we put our focus on, it'll be something that can help us go far.
All right, so we're not playing at Hagerstown this year. We're going to Shenandoah. Does that make a difference, or do we care?
I mean, it does, but it doesn't. I mean, travel, you'd like to be close, but no matter what, you're still going to play ball. That's all that matters.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck, fellas, both you guys. Appreciate it. Seasoned veterans right here, Jerry. That's what they are. All right. When we get back, we will probably be right in the middle of our draw. This is Knightline, and we're live.
Steve Luvy's my favorite teacher.
Dreaming of having more space? With a mortgage from First Financial, you're golden. We keep things simple with friendly, personalized service from application to closing. We'll help you find the right mortgage loan to fit your unique needs. Plus, you can qualify for relationship pricing with an eligible checking account. And since we live in the communities we serve, you can count on our local knowledge to make sure the pieces fall into place for an on-time closing. So stop dreaming and start moving with First Financial Bank.
First! Do you need assistance and you don't know where to turn? We can help. From fixing meals, medicine reminders, personal hygiene, rides to appointments, someone to talk to, and much more. Guardian at Home Servicing, all of Wayne County. All you really want is for your loved ones to enjoy life.
Well, welcome back to Knightline Live. It's the tournament draw show for the boys, and we just got the draw. It just came out, Rick, and it's like game one. The Knights will take on the Raiders from Shenandoah.
Just like last year, Jerry.
Just like last year.
On their home turf.
Yes.
All right, so what are our thoughts about that?
Well, you know what? Anytime you play a team on their home turf, it's always difficult.
Right.
But I think, we've played everybody. So I think that situation, I would have to say that the Knights should feel good going into it. And then if they would win that, then they would play Union County.
Right.
And then the opposite bracket, obviously, is Hagerstown and Knightstown.
All right, so you win game one against Shenandoah. I mean, Shenandoah is a young team this year. Yep. They're back on the upswing.
Yep.
They were two-time defending champions in
Yep.
this, in the past. So that's who you're going to play. It's the luck of the draw sometimes. You're going to play Tuesday night. That'll be on Tuesday, right, Jerry?
Yeah, Tuesday night, probably 7 o'clock tip.
7 o'clock tip. So, look, you guys all get out there. Go to the game. We're going to broadcast every game of that sectional. And I don't know about you, Jerry. I want the Knights to be there on Friday night when you and I are there and to see that. So, hey, we've been talking to all the guys. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to play like a team, play like you've been doing all year. Then we're feeling that they should be okay, but you can't take anything for granted.
Well, and it's like you talk, like I've said in the past. I said, if you don't think things can happen, you need to watch the movie Hoosiers.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
things can happen, and they will.
Right.
Like the South Bend Washington girls, I think it was. They hadn't lost a game, and they got beat. In the semi-state.
Yeah, well, those things happen. By the way, talking about, get kind of off the track a little bit here, the Tri-Girls, who are a very good team.
Yeah.
They lost by 4 points in that semi-state final. And we always felt they were good enough to go, and they were good enough to go. They just couldn't get it done, so it was probably a very good team that beat them.
And we're always happy with any Tri-Eastern Conference team that's able to move on because it just makes the conference look good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the draw's here. We know who we're playing.
Well, and it's when you tip the ball up in Thanksgiving weekend, you go.
Boy, that was a long time ago, wasn't it? We were up there
seems like.
Earlham College, broadcasting from their tower or whatever they call that thing, and a lot of basketball has been played. Right now, the Knights are 18-4 with one regular season game left. And we're going to have that here on the Knights Broadcasting Network. It's going to be Tuesday night against a very highly rated 3A team in the Connorsville Spartans.
And Connor, I've had them 3 times this year.
Yeah.
And they're good.
Yeah, they
are good.
You know, they're a team that doesn't seem like they rebuild, they reload. They're always
right.
They're always competitive in their sectional, moving on. They're very well coached. It'll be a good game for us, you know, to see if we can up our game to compete with them.
Absolutely.
Well, what do we want to do now?
Well, I think we've just about talked about everything.
We've done everything. We appreciate the Terrells, Jason and Jamie Terrell, for letting us come. That we came in and brought our construction crew. We had to redo their house, and they were kind enough to let us do it. Again, folks, Sessional is coming. We'll be there. We'll be broadcasting all the games. But we want you to get to the gym.
Absolutely.
And watch the replay later. It should be fun. It should be exciting. We're hoping for good things for our team. We'll see when we get there.
And we will be broadcasting every game.
Every game.
Win, lose, or draw.
Yep.
We'll be
now, I will say
on.
winning is better.
Winning is better.
Okay.
Winning is better. Everybody always feels better when you win.
Absolutely.
But we'll be there for all the games, and all those will be on the IHSATV.org, like it has been all year. We are a champions member of the IHSA.
And we don't charge.
That's
sometimes schools charge. We do not charge.
We do not charge.
You can watch it for free.
Well, Rick, this has been a fun Sunday afternoon. We
It
timed
has.
it just about perfectly.
Yeah, perfect timing.
I
exactly.
think that draw happened like a 5:48. We were hoping 5:45, but it worked out just fine.
It all happened. So.
Well, and reminder to everybody that we will not have a Knightline live on Monday as we normally do, as this is taking the spot of it. Two Old Guys Productions need to rest the batteries because next week may be a long week.
Yes.
And we hope that it is a long week.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, for Blake Hampton, our producer tonight, we'd like to big shout-out, thank him, and then thanks to everybody else, the players and the Terrells for having us. And for Rick Fletcher, I'm Jerry Middleton, and you know what? It's been another good night.